March is also Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month across the country. It's the second leading cause of cancer deaths in the United States. Colorectal cancer is one of the most treatable forms of cancer when caught early, with a 90% survival rate. However, a third of all Americans over the age of 45 are not up to date with screenings. That totals to 50 million Americans. Earlier this week, I sat down with Ohio State University physician Dr. Samuel Akinyeye to cover the basics of what you need to know to stay on top of your colon health. Let's get to the basics. What are the signs and symptoms that your colon health could possibly be in jeopardy?
So the signs and symptoms associated with colorectal cancer can include things such as abdominal pain, having a change in your bowel habits, or potentially having blood in the stool, fatigue, or weight loss. If you're noticing any of these things, you want to make sure that you're talking with your primary care doctor or your GI doctor because you might need a colonoscopy.
And studies are showing that younger people are getting diagnosed with colon cancer. Why is that?
That's a great question. It's something that we're actively looking into right now, but there are certain theories. I think diet and lifestyle is one. And so we're seeing increasing rates of people being diagnosed with obesity. And so we're also seeing our diets, right, are having higher processed foods, greasy, fatty foods, things like that. We also live a sedentary lifestyle. We're, in our jobs, working long hours of the day, and so we're maybe not moving as much. All those things kind of put you at risk for colorectal cancer. Another thing to keep in mind, too, is our family history. I feel we don't do a great job of discussing our family history. And so you might have certain family members that have colorectal cancer or advanced polyps or genetics conditions that increase your risk for colorectal cancer, and you might need to be screened sooner.
Okay, and so what age should people start getting colonoscopies?
So we say 45 is new 50. So 50 used to be the age of colorectal cancer screening, and now it's 45 years for everybody that's average risk. But as I was saying, if you have a family history of colon cancer or advanced polyps, or you have certain genetic conditions, you likely need to be screened sooner. So you want to make sure that you're talking with your doctor.
Why is it so important that we continue to spread the message of colon health?
So since the 1980s, the rate of colorectal cancer has actually been decreasing, which is great news. And that's thanks in large part by our education efforts, getting out there, telling people about it, and they've been getting screened. So we know our efforts are working and continue to work. But as you said earlier, we are seeing rising rates of younger people being diagnosed. And so now we need to turn our efforts towards that.
I know we were just talking about my grandfather passed away from colon cancer, and I don't know a lot about that, but family history and knowing your family history is very, very important.
Exactly.
Thank you so much for being here.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
You heard Dr. Akinyeye. Talk to your family members about your family's health history because early treatment can save your life or the life of someone you love. In 2024, the National Cancer Institute estimates over 150,000 people in the U.S. were diagnosed with colon or rectal cancer, and over 53,000 people died from it. So go to the doctor.